Здравствуйте, меня зовут Maksim Borodin.
This is a tribute video made by the friends of Maksim Borodin. A tribute to a fine journalist who had been making a name for himself, exposing things that the Russian government did not want to be exposed. 2 months ago, US forces in Syria repelled an attack by Russian mercenaries who were working for a private firm called Wagner. Many were killed, and while Moscow had wanted to keep that quiet, Maksim Borodin tracked down the names and the graves of some of those who died. It is possible that he paid for that reporting with his life. Last week, Borodin, just 32 years old, fell from this balcony outside his fifth-floor apartment. There were no witnesses, and the authorities quickly ruled it suicide. But his friend, Vyacheslav Bashkov, who showed me where it happened, tells of a call he received the night before the fall, in which Borodin told him there were men wearing uniforms and ski masks outside his apartment. It was 5 in the morning when he called and asked me to call a lawyer, he said. There were people in camouflage outside his door. He thought at any moment they were going to come in and demand to search his apartment. Less than 24 hours later, Maksim was lying fatally injured on the dark earth 5 floors below. He was buried beside his father. Colleagues who have seen the autopsy report, the same colleagues who placed writers' quills and newsprint on his coffin, say there was no trace of drink or drugs in his system. Family and friends of Maksim Borodin, who have just buried him in this bleak forest near the Ural Mountains, want answers. Their fear is that they won't get them, that the authorities will simply close the book on this, call it an accident, suicide, anything to make the issue go away. In memory of a lost colleague, his desk in the newsroom in Yekaterinburg has been left empty. If his was a violent death, he would be just the latest journalist in Putin's Russia to die for what he wrote or uncovered. 12 years ago, in the first and most celebrated case, campaigning journalist Anna Politkovskaya was gunned down in Moscow to silence her coverage of Chechnya. Those who ordered her killing have never been identified. Today, her son tells me the international outrage over her murder has had little effect. Do you think the situation for journalism since your mother died has got better or worse?
In Russia?
Yeah. I can tell you without question, he said, the rights of journalists and freedom of speech have worsened in the decade since the death of my mother. So far, there is no official investigation into Maksim's death, and recent history suggests there is unlikely to be one. James Mates, News at 10, Yekaterinburg, Russia.